A very good morning, my dear students. Stay home, stay safe. Welcome back to Social Studies History Online Classes. 12th lesson Democratic and Nationalist Revolution 17th, 18th, 19th centuries. Children, in the previous class, we have discussed about England, the Civil War, and the Glorious Revolution. Then American independence 1774 to 1789 and the Declaration of American Independence. French Revolution. In the France, socio and economic conditions, a growing middle class, the outbreak of revolt. Now we are going to discuss about the tennis court oath. On 20th June, 3rd estate members in the hall of an indoor tennis court in the grounds of Versailles. So the third estate group formed a group. Third estate people formed a group called National Assembly. Understand, children? On 20th June, third estate people assembled in the hall of an indoor tennis court in the grounds of Versailles. They formed the group called National Assembly and swore not to go back till they had drafted a constitution for France. The constitution was going to limit the powers of monarch. So, they are led by Mirabeau, and Abbassius. So, Mirabeau was born in the noble family. Mirabeau was born in noble family but was convinced of the need to do away with the society of privileges. So, noble family have some special privileges, you know. So, Mirabeau was convinced of the need to do away with the society of privileges. Abbassius was originally a priest who wrote influential pamphlets called What is Third Estate? So, when the National Assembly was busy drafting a constitution at Versailles, so the rest of the France was facing unrest because of severe winter in the harvest. In the harvest was very bad, so resulted in the prices of bread increased. So bakers took advantages of the condition and holded supplies. So angry women forcefully entered the shops when they did not get bread after spending hours in long queue. The king ordered his troops to move into the Paris to take control of the situation. So that kings don't turn violent, but the people of the country mistook the king to be suppressing them. So the angry crowd entered and destroyed Bastille. In the village of France, there was rumors that the landlord sent their men to destroy the right of crops of the peasants. So the peasants were upset. Louis XVI finally gave recognition to the National Assembly. So he accepted, Louis XVI accepted his principles that his powers would be limited. So on 4th August 1789, Assembly passed a law to ban feudal system of taxes. Understand, children? Next, France becomes a constitutional monarchy. So the National Assembly completed a draft of constitution in 1791. Its main objects was to reduce the powers of the monarch. So the Constitution Assembly completed draft of the Constitution in 1791. So these main objects was to reduce the powers of the monarch. Now these powers was not in the hands of one person. They were now separated and given in different institutions like the legislature, and executive, and judiciary. Understand, children? Now some powers were not in the hands of one person. They were separated and given different institutions, the legislature and executive and judiciary. So this made France a constitutional monarchy. The Constitution of 1791 gave the National Assembly the power to make laws. But all the citizens did not have the right to vote. Understand, children? So all the citizens did not have right to vote. Only the active citizens had right to vote. Active citizens were men above 25 years of age who paid taxes equal at least 3 days of labor's wage. Understand, children? National Assembly make some laws. So all citizens did not have right to vote. Only active citizens have right to vote. So active citizens were men above 25 years of age who paid taxes at least 3 days of labor wages. So these the active citizens voted for a group of electors who in turn choose the assembly. To become an elector and members of assembly, a man had to belong to the category of highest taxpayer. The constitution began with a declaration of right of man and citizens. That's rights such as right to life and right to freedom and right to freedom of speech and freedom of opinion, equality. And equal before the law. All are equal before the law. Were considered as natural and inalienable rights. These are natural rights. This means the rights belong to each human being by birth and could not be taken away. Topic: the cause of the revolt. So the reformers were not satisfied by the changes made by the National Assembly. They wanted to revolt against the National Assembly. People started coming together, a political club, to discuss government policies and plan their actions. The most successful of these clubs was that of Jacobin Club. Jacobins Club. So the members of the Jacobin Club were small shopkeepers and artisans and watchmakers, printers, as well as servants and daily wage workers. So the members of the Jacobin Club were small shopkeepers and artisans such as shoemakers, watchmakers, printers and servants and daily wage workers. So in the summer of 1792, the members of Jacobin Club planned a revolt of large number of people of Paris. They were angry because of short supply of high prices of food. On the morning of August 10, they entered the palace of Tuileries forcefully, killed the king and killed the king's guards and held the kings as a hostage for several hours. Later, the National Assembly voted to imprison the royal family. The National Assembly was dissolved and elected were held. From then on, all men of 21 years above, regardless of wealth, so rich or poor, got the right to vote. So the newly elected assembly was called convention. On 21st September 1792, the convention banned the monarchy. And declared France a republic. So Louis XVI and Queen Mary Antoinette were sentenced to death in 1792 for treason. The Reign of Terror. Next topic, the Reign of Terror. The period from 1793 to 1794 is known as Reign of Terror. Understand, children? 1793 to 1794, the period is known as Reign of Terror. So Robespierre, the leader of Jacobin Club, followed a policy of strict control and punishment. So he arrested and imprisoned and then tried all the people he saw as enemies of the republic through a revolutionary tribunals. So they included ex-nobles and clergy. So members of other political parties, even members of his own party who did not agree with his methods. So if the court found them guilty, they were guillotined. So Robespierre's government issued laws placing an upper limit on wages and prices. All the people were allowed to have only a fixed amount of meat and bread. So peasants were forced to send their grains to the cities and sell it at prices fixed by the government. So the use of more expensive white flour was forbidden. So all the citizens were required to eat paindi and means quality bread, a loaf of bread made of whole wheat. So churches were shut down and their buildings were converted into barracks or offices. Churches were shut down and their buildings were converted into barracks or offices. So Robespierre implemented his policies so strictly that even his supporters wanted him to relax the policies. Finally, he was convicted by a court in July 1794, arrested and sent to the guillotine. Next topic, women's role in French Revolution. Women's role in French Revolution. From the very beginning, women were active participants in the events which brought about so many important changes in French society. You know, our society divided into three groups. Most of the workers and artisans and daily wages, landless laborers are belongs to the third estate. So they hoped that their involvement would pressure the revolutionary government to introduce measures to improve their lives. So most women of the third estate has to work for living. They worked as sold flowers, fruits and vegetables at the market, or were employed as domestic servants in the houses of prosperous people. So most women did not have access to education or job training. So in order to discuss and voice their interest, women started their own political clubs and newspapers. About 60 women's clubs came up in different French cities. The Society of Revolutionary and Republican Women was the most famous of them. One of their main demands was that women enjoy the same political rights as men. Women enjoy the same political rights as men. So they demanded the right to vote, to be elected to the assembly, and to hold political office. So during the reign of terror, the new government issued laws ordering closure of women's and women's clubs and banning their political activities. Many prominent women were arrested and a number of them executed. It was finally in 1946 that women in France won the right to vote. Understand, children? Finally, in 1946, that women in France won the right to vote. Okay, children. Hope you all understood the topic French Revolution, social and economic status, the tennis court of vote, and the reign of terror, and women's role in French Revolution. Thank you.